In a quiet corner of a picturesque little town, nestled between rolling hills and whispering trees, lived a wise and gentle old man named Samir. He was known far and wide for his deep understanding of life's intricacies, and his favorite pastime was sharing his wisdom with his beloved grandson, Zaid. One warm summer evening, as the sun dipped low in the sky, casting a golden glow over everything it touched, Zaid found himself sitting with his grandfather on the porch of their cozy home. Zaid was 15 years old, a time when the world seemed full of distractions and uncertainties. He often felt overwhelmed by the constant barrage of information and the demands of school, friends, and technology. "Grandpa Samir," Zaid began, a touch of frustration in his voice, "I just can't seem to focus on anything these days. There are so many things pulling at my attention, and it's driving me crazy." Samir smiled knowingly and patted the empty chair beside him. "Come, Zaid, let me tell you a story. A story that might help you find the focus you seek." Zaid settled into the chair, eager to hear his grandfather's words of wisdom. Once upon a time, in a bustling bazaar, there was a juggler named Kamil. He was renowned throughout the land for his extraordinary skills. He could juggle flaming torches, sharp knives, and even delicate glass orbs with remarkable precision. Crowds gathered daily to watch him perform his mesmerizing act. One day, a young boy approached Kamil, wide-eyed and curious. He asked, "How do you manage to juggle all those dangerous objects without ever dropping them?" Kamil smiled and replied, "It's all about focus, my boy. When I juggle, I don't see the whole world around me, I see only the objects in the air. The flaming torches, the knives, the glass orbs, they are my world at that moment. I forget about everything else." The young boy was puzzled. "But what about the crowd? Don't they distract you?" "Ah," Kamil said, "that's the secret. I hear the applause, I feel the excitement in the air, but I don't let it distract me, I stay focused on what's in front of me." Life is a bit like that juggling act. Grandpa Samir continued. There are distractions, like the crowd in the bazaar. But to truly excel, you must learn to focus on the task at hand, just like Kamil did with his juggling. When you give your full attention to something, you become fully present, and that's what really matters. Zaid pondered his grandfather's words. "But, Grandpa, how do I learn to focus like that? It seems so hard." Samir smiled warmly and placed his hand on Zaid's shoulder. "It takes practice, my dear boy. Start by setting clear goals and priorities for yourself. Break your tasks into smaller, manageable steps. When you work on something, eliminate distractions, and give it your undivided attention. And remember, it's okay to take breaks to recharge, just like a juggler pauses. The key is to be intentional about where you direct your focus." As the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, Zaid felt a newfound sense of clarity and purpose. He knew that finding focus in a world filled with distractions wouldn't be easy, but with his grandfather's guidance and the wisdom of Kamil's juggling act, he was determined to improve the art of concentration. In the days and years that followed, Zaid practiced focusing on his studies, his hobbies and goals. Gradually, he became a young man known not for his distractions but for his remarkable ability to immerse himself fully in whatever he chose to do. And as for Grandpa Samir, he continued to share his wisdom, one story at a time, with each tale leaving Zaid and those who heard them with a deeper understanding of themselves and the world around them. In the end, it was the power of focus that allowed Zaid to not only excel in his endeavors but also to treasure the precious moments he spent with his beloved grandfather, Samir, whose timeless stories continued to shape their lives.